So, your 13th studio album just, boom, dropped. You were the #1 trend on Twitter. As everyone knows by now, it's called Funeral.
Yes, Funeral.
And the concept has actually been alive, so to speak, since 2016. Am I right?
Yes, it has.
And yet, I have not had the chance to ask you, and I'll do so now, why Funeral? What's the message of Funeral?
Well, all my albums, you know, they fall in, they have their little categories. Carter 1, Carter 2, you got Sorry for the Wait 1, Sorry for the Wait. So I have an album called Rebirth. Now you got Funeral.
So you went to Funeral.
Yeah.
Okay, was it what you were feeling at that time in your life? Like, I'm gonna bounce back from all the problems, the money problems I'm in, the fights I'm in?
No, we just thought it was cool we were trying to figure out which album legacy do we continue. We definitely wasn't going to mess with the Carter after dropping Carter 5. We could have named it Carter 6, but now we went with Funeral because we try to continue the Rebirth thing. So just trying to keep the legacies going, so therefore I have something to look forward to drop the third one.
From what I have been able to sample, this is very special, and I know from you, this is very special to your heart.
Yes, it is.
What does it mean in the totality of your career? What do you want this one to say? What do you want this impact to be?
Just to show where I'm at in my career. Just plain and simple, just to show where I'm at in my career, just to show the hungriness, and also to show the younger artists or the artists that's coming up, to show that there's still hunger and you don't lose it. And just to show that you know who you were from day one, and actually you be better than who you were. Some of them get a little satisfied. Some of them get a little, they eat and they get, they get full fast.
Right.
You know?
Like my Dallas Cowboys last year, right?
I'm not sure. They still in it? Is that a team?
Yeah, they got a team.
I thought they moved to the CFL. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I'm going to take that today because this is your day.
I got to take all the shots too, man. We not here neither.
Yeah,
so.
you're not here either.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody else who's not here, you do have on track number 8 a 24-second moment of silence.
Yes, I do.
For the late, great Kobe Bean Bryant.
Yes, I do.
And you had to get it in there on the fly. So how did that happen?
That right there was also, I have to thank my big brother, Mac. You know, that was an idea he called me with right then and there. You know, he called me, a day later, he called me with his idea he thought of, and of course, I confirmed it. I agreed with it, and yeah.
Was it hard to get it in that fast before the album dropped?
Not at all.
No?
Not at all. Everybody who's involved with that type of thing, as far as timing and when to turn the album in and things like that, everyone understands at that point.
Right.
Yeah, everyone understands. Yeah.
And there are, how many tracks? I didn't count them. There are a bunch of tracks.
I think it's like 24.
I think you got 24 tracks, right?
Yeah.
But that was already there.
Yeah.
Wow. So is that like the universe speaking, or?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
That's a lot of tracks on an album. You didn't think about splitting it up and do a double?
I turned in 52 songs.
What?
Yeah. I turned in 52 songs. There's Mac job after that.
Right.
Yeah.
So so this has been a process. This is not a 6-month or a year. You've been writing for this is years.
Yeah, this is timing. And also, by that buildup of me not being able to release music with the Carter 5, that's a bunch of that music as well, just sharpened up.
Right.
Yeah.
You realize this man was born to create music.
Right.
This man writes music in his sleep, in his head.
With sleep.
No sleep. Well, in fact.
Well, I sure hope you got some, because you know we own this thing tonight.
You already know.
You know we own this thing.
You already know.
We gonna do something, Yeah, I'm out.
Well, speaking of 2-something, I'm always awake at 2 a.m. in Los Angeles.
Yes, he is. This man texts me at 2 a.m. all the time.
I do.
All the time.
But wait a second, it's usually 5 a.m. for
Where
you.
I'm at, yes.
And I'm thinking, have you slept at all? And
Again,
I think you haven't.
I've been Googling that word. I'm not sure if I like
you don't
the
know what that
definition.
means?
I don't like the definition, yeah.
All right, let's go on to what's about to happen in your town.
Yeah.
This Sunday. And by the way, what does this mean to have the Super Bowl? It's you.
First of all, my town is New Orleans.
I know. This is where
I don't have nobody texting me. I don't have nobody texting me, getting me in trouble.
But you've lived here for
Man, I've been here for over 15 years, Skip.
Okay.
Over 15 years.
So what does it mean to South Beach? What does it mean to the city of Miami?
First of all, this is Miami. They have something here every day.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so there's always something big coming down here. So obviously, it's actually kind of normal for folks that live here. It's kind of normal, you know, what it is going down. Some people don't even know. No, really, some people don't even know. I have people that call me just on a regular, like when they need to come down for the weekend, they want to use the condo, you need to use the car service or something. Can I use your car? They have people that really book stuff this weekend and was like, man, I didn't book this weekend. I ain't know the Super Bowl was down there. Yeah, for real. So it's kind of normal.
So unfortunately, the team that you love, and even though you grew up in New Orleans.
Let me take a swig.
Yeah, take a swig. You grew up in New Orleans, but because your dad brought home some Packer paraphernalia from a Super Bowl plate in New Orleans, you became a diehard, long-time, career-long Packer fan.
Yes, I am.
They got run off the field in the NFC Championship game. And so that brings me to Sunday. Does that mean you're going to pick the 49ers to win this game?
I just want to see a great game. That's all. I just want to see a great game. I'm a true Packer fan, Skip, so everybody keep asking me who you picking, you know, my answer's the same. I picked the Packers, so obviously they think that answer's a little crazy, obviously. No, but for real, man, who you pick for real? Yeah. And the Packers, brother. You know what I'm saying? So
would
I
it
just want
make
to see
you
a great
feel
game.
better if the 49ers won big in this game? Would that make you feel like, well, it wasn't so bad after?
Nah, I'm a huge Patrick fan, man. That boy a dog. Yeah, that boy a dog. So if Pat go out there and do his thing, I have no problem watching that as well.
Really?
Also, man, you know, I paid for that suite.
Right.
Before thinking that the Packer was gonna be in there, man. I thought you could get it back.
You thought you could refund?
Yeah, I thought figured that they had people, you know, dying for tickets, looking for that opportunity for somebody to say, okay, I don't want my suite no more. Boy, they ain't selling that back. I gotta go watch that game. So, you know, I just hope for a good game.
Well, I hope you got order some good food.
My mama coming with me.
Oh, she coming with you?
Yeah, so we be all right. Yeah.
You know what? We've been arguing back and forth. You know what Skip told me?
What did he say?
Skip told me Dak Prescott better than Patrick Mahomes.
I did not say
That what he
that.
told me, Weezy?
Don't lie to the people out there.
That what he told me?
I said Dak Prescott had a better year than Patrick Mahomes had this past football season.
Ain't that just crazy?
In the gym? Where? In the gym? On somebody's game at home?
No. He put up routinely better numbers than a Patrick Mahomes who did not have an MVP quality year this year.
You're talking about in the third and fourth quarter. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
That's because
in any quarter.
That's when, listen, Skip, when you grow up in my era and this era too, we play Madden. And when you beat the dude you're playing or the person you're playing, you're already beating that person by the first quarter. It's already 28-0. And y'all didn't call the 21-0 rule. You know, you gotta call that before the game.
Right.
Yeah, and you didn't call that rule, so now that person like, you ain't call it, so they think they could catch up.
Right.
By halftime, the score 42-7.
Right.
You tired. By the end of the game, okay, it ended up 40, 48, 49, 30, 32.
Right.
That's because in the third and fourth quarter, bro, I wasn't playing defense, bro. That's what the other teams do too in real life, bro. So that's how he get all those yards and all those all the numbers. That's how that happens, Skip.
Empty calories. I've been telling you this, Skip.
So help me out. Did one time this whole year I see Patrick Mahomes' name in the MVP discussion? Not one time.
Yeah.
Not one time. You know it, and I know
The first couple of weeks,
I did.
He was
I did.
not.
Yeah, we
I did.
Stop
As
it.
a matter of fact, I heard it before the season.
Well, you heard it before the season. Yeah, that was
What
a foregone
about
conclusion.
that?
Was he not in the MVP conversation for 4 or 5 weeks?
Where was this?
Yes! 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 You were all asleep. All of you were asleep.
He was in the MVP conversation. Jerry and Stephen Jones was having it. Nobody else was having it. We wasn't talking about it.
So how did Dak Prescott put up historic? It wasn't that funny. It wasn't that funny.
Ain't nobody talking about that.
You know, the problem I'm having right now is that 2 people across from me despise